Rise and shine, everyone. Thanks for joining us this morning. I'm Champ Lyerly.
And I'm McCray Lilly. It's October 28th, which means Halloween is just a few days away.
And we're also joined by a special guest today at the desk.
Cassandra.
Yes.
She is the director of the Rocky Horror Show, which just happened last week. So we're going to interview her later today. So we've got some exciting things for you guys to look forward to. We also have a recap on some fall favorites, a few campus updates, and of course, the interview.
Now, to start us off, our reporters Morgan Perry and Claire Hartunian are bringing us some cheap ways to make sure we have some good Halloween costumes this year.
Guys, Claire and I have some great tips for you today. And if you don't want to spend any money this Halloween, first I'm going to show you how to put together outfits out of pieces you might already own. I am dressed as Tashi Duncan from the movie Challengers, and I put together this look for free.
So cute. I just have to say.
Thank you. First, this is a tennis dress from Kohl's. I bought it last year. I pair this with some sheer tights because it's chilly this weekend. And my look is finished off with Tashi's ponytail and white sneakers, and of course my friend's tennis racket. Now, if you want to copy the look and don't have the clothes yet, these pieces can go for less than $25 on Amazon and arrive right on time for Halloween. Now, if you want some more reusable costume ideas, I have you covered with some more looks. The Y2K style has been trending all year, and if you brought clothes from this trend, then you could reuse your wardrobe to turn yourself into a Bratz doll.
Love that one.
For example, we have these flared jeans. I have a nice belt to go with it, and we have a denim jacket for a denim on denim look. You can pair this with a baby tee with writing on it or a flashy top. And then here's an idea for the sports fans. We have the Bill Belichick starter pack.
Oh, no way.
Yes, it's pants with a hoodie, and then you can also get yourself a clipboard, and then we have the headset, and you can be UNC's most talked about football coach.
Morgan, that is too good. So I actually have some more Halloween hacks. So first off, if you are kind of struggling and you feel like you need to change up your wardrobe this weekend, you need a lot of costumes, so we can find some options that won't break the bank, right? So first of all, you can consider shopping secondhand. Head over to Rumors, a local thrift shop by Brandywines Bagels. And so that is a great option to find some staples for your costumes. And there's nothing wrong with being a cat like I am, or a UNC basketball player, or even Bill Belichick, like you said, Morgan, if that's what you can pull together. And like we were talking about, there's some other there's some other less expensive options like Amazon. So you can use your Prime 6-month free student trial to get some options to Chapel Hill quickly. And if your package center or your front porch is piling up like mine is, borrow some accessories from friends and be sure to invest in a couple of pieces that you'll actually rewear. And if your costume requires a dress, there are options for rent on the Instagram page at UNC Rental. The most important thing is that you're feeling comfortable and confident in what you're wearing. And we can't wait to see what everyone's wearing this weekend. Back to you guys at the desk.
Thank you guys so much. And Morgan, just going off of your Tashi Duncan costume, I'm actually going to be Art from Challengers this Friday. So maybe Champ, you could be Patrick too. We can have a little group costume going on.
I need a last-minute costume. So the North Carolina State Fair wrapped up this weekend with more than 900,000 people that came out for the annual event. The State Fair closed this Sunday after 10 days of rides, games, and competitions. Visitors could check out prize-winning crops, flowers, and livestock. This year marked the 157th year of the NC State Fair.
Be like a big part of like what people consider to be like North Carolina like culture and tradition, and so I do think it like plays that important role in bringing people together every like October-ish.
This year's giant pumpkin competition actually broke a State Fair site record. Albert Roadbog of Craigsville, West Virginia placed first with a 2,244.5-pound pumpkin, setting a state record for the largest pumpkin grown in West Virginia and a site record for the NC State Fair. McCray, can you believe that?
No,
there's a pumpkin
crazy.
that big?
I know. I'm like, how big is the average pumpkin? Like,
I know.
I don't even know, but that's crazy.
Now, in honor of Halloween, our reporter Jessica Mezzi took Carolina Extra down to the Keenan Quad. This is where the German club put on their very first own Oktoberfest. Last Thursday, the UNC German Club highlighted German culture with their annual Oktoberfest. Professors, advisors, and students from both here and abroad gathered on the Keene Community Quad. The celebration had pretzels, apple spritzers, and club members dressed in traditional Oktoberfest clothing. Now, if you missed the Oktoberfest, don't be upset. Kylie Sears, the club's social media executive, says this community is not slowing down anytime soon.
Like in May, sometimes we'll have like a My Fest, which will have like a little maypole that you can wrap decorations around with the ribbons and everything. So we've done that in the past. Probably we're hoping to do that again.
And if you want to get more involved with the German Club, they meet every Tuesday at 6 p.m. in Die Hall. They also host a movie night with a huge array of German candy.
Now, I'm sure you can see that we're joined with someone at the desk. We are so excited to welcome Cassandra DeLore live in studio today to talk about the Rocky Horror Picture Show, which she's been a part of for 3 years now, and this year as the director. So welcome to Rise and Shine, Cassandra.
Thanks for coming. We really appreciate it.
Thank you both for having me.
So I know this year is the show's 50th anniversary, so is there anything that you'd guys decided to do differently?
We didn't decide to do too many things differently because the beauty of Rocky Horror Picture Show is that there's so much tradition to it that has been done year after year for 5 decades now.
Do you know how long it's been at Varsity Theater now?
I'm not entirely sure, but I know that it runs really deep here in Chapel Hill.
For sure. And then I was also going to ask, how has attendance been compared to previous years? How did people show up this year?
Well, we actually sold out of all 4 of the shows, which was
that's crazy.
Incredibly amazing. We tend to sell out because it is something that the Carolina community loves to be a part of and to be involved in, whether it is in the cast or the crew or in the audience.
Yeah, I know some of my friends went actually to the 12 a.m. show, so it's pretty late. So I guess people can go to bed around 3 a.m., have a fun night on a Friday or Saturday.
Now, do you have any parts of the experience that have been your favorite?
I just love the people that I get to work with through it. It's just a month-long process, and it's very intense, but I enjoy it so much. Otherwise, I wouldn't be coming back. All of the cast and crew are some of my favorite people that I've met here at UNC. Yeah.
Perfect.
Yeah.
Yeah, thank you so much for coming, and hopefully I'll be there next year. I've actually never been to Rocky.
I've actually been freshman year,
wow,
but
that
was 2 years ago now, so I need to go back. I guess it's sold out this year, but maybe
I know
senior
it's
year.
very popular, so I'll have to get on getting tickets pretty quickly.
Yes.
Absolutely.
Perfect. Well, thank you so much for coming, Cassandra.
Thank you.
Thank you for having me.
So last Friday, the Chelsea Theater hosted their 3rd annual Halloween Horror Night. Everyone who went caught a triple feature of some of the most well-known horror movies.
Frankenstein Pulse and Haxan played back-to-back from 7 p.m. to midnight. Fans showed up and showed out for the costume contest, part of the evening dressing up as everything from Despicable Me's Gru to the Shining Twins. And if you're looking to watch another Halloween classic with your friends and didn't make it to the Chelsea Theater last week, the Queer Library and Informative Collective is hosting a Hocus Pocus watch party in room 304 in Manning Hall tonight at 5:30 p.m. The QLIC will also have a discussion after the movie, where they'll talk about how drag queens have made the movie into a cult classic. They'll be discussing a few articles and other movies related to drag. If you want to prepare for the discussion at home, you can access the articles and movies at the QLIC's Instagram. And we are now going to pass it off to our meteorologist, Nick, who has the weather.
Hey guys, I gotta start off with this monster Caribbean right now. This is Hurricane Melissa, a devastating Category 5 hurricane, one of the most powerful hurricanes that we have ever seen in the Atlantic Ocean's history. And when we look at the National Hurricane Center track, unfortunately, it's going to make a direct landfall with the island of Jamaica, direct landfall with southeastern Cuba, some of the islands in the Bahamas, and even move its way into Bermuda. Just an unfortunate situation for many over there. But the good news is we're not expecting any of those catastrophes or any effects of that here in the Carolinas. Currently, right now, they're at 48 degrees, dealing with some rain and wind ourselves. Very breezy and very rainy out there right now. And the reason why is we have a pretty good low pressure system off the coast of the Carolinas that's bringing us a lot of moisture But if you look behind me, we've got a cold front over the center part of the country. And as we go into tomorrow, unfortunately, these dreary conditions are going to continue another 24 hours. Another stay of just rain and not really much temperature change either. And again, gusty winds. I mean, look at today's temperatures. 48 by noon. We struggled to get to 50 by 3 o'clock and then back down to 49 at 6 o'clock. And the rain and wind will just continue the next 2 days. But the good news, though, we've got a pretty good weekend coming up. So these 2 days that are pretty similar to what we see in the winter are going to finally end tomorrow, Tuesday and Wednesday. Thursday, Friday, Saturday, though, low to mid 60s. And just a perfect Halloween weekend, guys.
Well, I guess we got to make sure we have a jacket this weekend when
Yeah, for
going
sure.
out for
It'll
Halloween.
be a bit chilly.
I know. Well, Franklin Street turns into the center of Halloween celebrations in Chapel Hill every year, with big crowds of students and locals. Seeing everyone dressed up to the nines in their costumes is going to be awesome, but it's also important to stay safe. Chapel Hill town officials and businesses are prepping safety measures for this year's festivities. Students are encouraged to travel in groups, and if students need help, they can call 911 or reach UNC Police at 919-962-8100. Now, Safe Walk, a student-run service, will also be available to escort students across campus Halloween night. Chapel Hill Police are already preparing to set up barriers along Franklin Street as Chapel Hill Police and town officials prepare for the annual Halloween festivities. Local businesses are also gearing up for one of their busiest nights of the year, stocking up on supplying and extending business hours. Road closures will begin early Thursday evening, and extra officers will be on patrol to help manage the large crowds. Have fun, but remember to celebrate responsibly.
Now, if you don't have any spooky plans for the weekend and maybe you didn't get the chance to hit the North Carolina State Fair in Raleigh, there is absolutely no need to worry. Carrboro will be hosting its Halloween Carnival this Friday. There will be carnival-style activities for all ages, as well as a concession stand selling popcorn, apple cider, and hot chocolate. The town's family-friendly festival takes place on Halloween night from 5 to 8 p.m. in Carrboro Town Commons.
Wow, that sounds so exciting.
I know, like for people who don't have plans on Friday, Halloween night, that's just a great alternative
Yes,
for
for
them.
sure.
And with all of these Halloween events, it just makes me actually just so excited to get into the Halloween spirit.
I know,
it's
I'm
actually one of
very
my favorite
excited.
holidays.
Really?
Yeah, like top 3 for sure, you know. And so it's spooky season here in Chapel Hill, and some locals say that ghosts here never really take a break. The Hallowed Hill Hauntings Ghost Tour by U.S. Ghost Adventures is giving Tar Heels a fun way to get in the Halloween spirit. Our reporter, Emmy Berger, actually went on a ghost tour and got some infrared footage. Every night, Chapel Hill's past and its ghosts come alive. It's a spirited stroll through campus and downtown, stopping at some of the town's most famous haunts, Caldwell Hall, Memorial Hall, and the always charming and supposedly haunted Carolina Inn. These older academic buildings hold tales of passed away professors who still roam the halls, and the Carolina Inn supposedly has a mischievous longtime resident, Dr. William Jackox, who died in 1965 and never left. The tour starts on the steps of the Ackland Art Museum, and with the tour guide's fun costumes, you can't miss it.
That you had a cool little ghost detection tool tonight. Can you tell me a little bit more about that?
Yeah, I think apparently it's called an EMF, and it detects like energies. So we were kind of just holding it around, seeing if there were any spirits around. It went off a couple times, so I don't know.
That's cool. Do you think there's ghosts in Chapel Hill?
I definitely think there's ghosts in Chapel Hill. I mean, I feel like with any town that is this old and has this much history, like there's got to be something going on.
The tours combine ghost stories with campus legends, and whether you believe in spirits or not, it's a lively way to learn a few things about Chapel Hill after dark. The Hallowed Hill Hauntings Tour runs nightly all year, and you can grab your ticket on the U.S. Ghost Adventures website. So grab your flashlight and maybe a friend to hold on to.
Yeah, that's really interesting, actually. I never knew we had a ghost tour. I'll have to check that out. Now, also joining us live, Trey Curtin. Trey is here to talk us through some of his Franklin Street favorites today and help me decide where I'm going to eat lunch. Trey?
Happy Halloween, everyone. And if you find yourself strapped for time this weekend and need a quick bite, try these restaurants. Here's what I recommend. Head down to Franklin Street and you'll find Might As Well, an American cuisine bar that plays UNC football games and has good cuisine to complement it, including the cheesesteak rolls and cinnamon knots. And don't forget Al's Burger Shack. the premier burger joint on West Franklin Street with so many 5-star options like the Kenny J with its caramelized onions and fresh bacon. And, don't forget, a cookies and cream milkshake. And if you see me there, please say hi. Back to you.
And before we wrap up today, we've got a few campus updates for you this morning. The application to live on campus has typically opened in the fall. However, last week, Carolina Housing said it is moving the application to spring to give students and families more time to consider their housing options. Now, Carolina Housing is hosting a Dungeons & Dragons style orientation to walk students through the entire process of moving off campus. There will be lots of practical guidance on all the things that change when you move off campus, like budgeting, signing a lease, and finding roommates. Now, the next orientation is tomorrow night at 7 p.m. in the Airing House Lounge.
Vampires might be looking for blood this Halloween season, but there are also ways you can donate blood on campus. Alpha Chi Sigma, a professional chemistry fraternity, and Alpha Omega Epsilon, a professional sorority for women in STEM, held a spooky blood drive in the Student Union last Friday. The groups wanted to give back to the community. The blood donated is dispersed locally across states based on need. Students who donated received a free t-shirt, a $10 gift card, and CLE credit. If you missed the blood drive last week but are still interested in donating, you can schedule to donate anytime at the UNC Health Blood Donation Center.
Blood at the end of the day can be something that's also life-saving. So it's really important that everyone gives blood because you never know when you're the person who's going to meet someone else.
And for $4, you can boo a friend with a fun Halloween gift bag this Halloween. Erasers, candy, hair tinsels, and other goodies. Go to Alpha Omega Epsilon's Instagram for the link. All donations help support the sorority. Now, I've never actually donated blood before, but it just sounds like a great cause.
Yeah, I have once before, but that actually sounds like a really great cause and a way to get, I mean, they had it more Halloween themed, a little bit Halloween spirit
it's so fun and festive.
Yes, for sure.
So thank you guys so much for tuning in, and we hope you all have a safe and fun weekend. Rise and Shine will be back in 2 weeks. I'm McCrae Lilly.
And I'm Champ Lyerly, and we're wishing you a happy Halloween.